Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to the Math Chaos. For today, we are going to solve this equation having imaginary coefficients. And then as you can see, this is an equation of second degree. It implies we can use the quadratic formula. Then here we have it, x equal. Okay, excellent. And after that, remember that here we have to identify the coefficients. And then here a is equal to 2i, comma, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to negative I. Okay, excellent. Here. Okay, and then here we are going to use our formula and we will replace. Then let me copy this. Okay, here we have it. Okay, and then a is equal to 2i, and then we replace it. 2i, and here 2i. Okay, excellent. Now we are going to replace b, or we are going to do the substitution, b, 3, excellent. And here 3 again, all in the parts of b. Okay, we replace, we substitute, and then here c is equal to negative I. Okay, excellent. Depending on the fundamental theorem of algebra, we have to find two answers. Okay, okay, excellent. And then we can begin to develop this part, or to do this part to solve. Then we will have here, I will copy. Okay, excellent. Here is only negative 3. Here, 3 to the second, it's equal to 9. Okay, here. And we are going to do a distribution here, and the distribution now, association, okay? And then here, remember that I to the second power, here I will write it again, I to the second power is equal to negative 1, okay? And then it implies that this I times this I is equal to negative 1. Now, this negative 1, we will multiply it by this negative. It implies we have positive 1. Okay, and then here we have positive 1 times 2. Okay, and then we will replace it here, 2 times 1, positive 1. Okay, excellent. Remember that if you have any question in any step, you can ask to me in the comments. I will try to answer as fast as I can. Okay, excellent. And after that, we will begin to multiply and solve. Here, we have 4 times 2 equal 8. 8 times 1, it's 8 again. Here we have it. Okay. We are going to multiply here in denominator 2 times 2i. We only multiply the real part. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, and I, we put it here. Okay. Then here we have 4i. Okay, excellent. And then it's going to be equal to negative 3 plus minus a square root of 9 minus 7. Okay, I forgot here to multiply this negative. I'm so sorry. This is plus. Okay, 9 plus 8 is equal to 17. And all over 4i. All over 4i. I. Okay, excellent. And after that, we are going to find the first result. Okay, x1 equal 2. Okay, here we have negative 3 plus the square root of 17 all over 4i. We are going to do something. We are going to amplify by I. Okay, we are going to amplify by I. It implies we will have um, here minus 3 plus a square root of 17 times I. Remember, if we multiply by I in numerator, we have to do the same in denominator. And then we will have 4I to the second. Remember that we multiply I in numerator and I in denominator. I times I is equal to I to the second power. And after that, we will have um, negative 3 plus a square root of, let me amplify here. Okay, excellent. Okay, here 17i, okay, all over, okay, here I times I, or I to the second power, it's negative 1, and then here we have this negative over there, and here we have 4. It's the same to say here that is equal to, okay, this negative we will multiply it by negative 3 and square root of 17. Then we will have 3 minus the square root of 17, okay, all over 4i. Okay, we'll have it here in parentheses. Excellent. I. And then here we have the first result. We are going to do the same for the second result, x2. Okay, and it's the same thing. It's only to change this sign. Okay, and then it's like to copy this same thing. I will write it again here. Okay, and then here is negative. Here is negative 2. Here is negative 2. And this negative times this negative, we will have positive. And okay, and then here we have our results. They are the first result and our second result. Okay, excellent. And then we found the answer. Remember that if you have any question about any step or something to tell me, you can write to me in the comments. Okay, I'll be attentive. Okay, and I guess no more. Have an excellent day. Bye bye.